What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the lab. I've got a nice quick one for you today. So a lot of people have been asking for this cruise control for the DiveX Blacktip. On the newest version that I just made a video about, it is actually already in the code. All you have to do is enable it. I was looking through the code as I was advised to do to check things out as a tester. So I'm looking through all the settings, stuff like that. I found a setting that could be enabled, a custom setting, and I enabled it, and it's cruise control. Cruise control is already in the app. So before I tell you how to do it, let me try to talk you out of it. So cruise control can be inherently dangerous. Now, if you're a grown-up diver, you're grown up and you can make those decisions for yourself, but give me just a second. If you have cruise control on and the bolt snap or the leash fails and your hand comes off the scooter's going to take off. And I've actually seen this before, not on a DiveX scooter, but on an Apollo scooter. Those do have cruise control. You can lock them out. And I saw a diver lose control of one, and it went rocketing away from him. And we were actually right next to the drop off. So the scooter could have gone down to 200, 300 feet or even deeper, where it would have been really difficult to retrieve. But luckily it didn't go deep, and a guide on another scooter was able to catch it before it did any damage to the reef or something like that. So stuff like that can happen. You know, the bolt snap can fail. I've seen a bolt snap fail, actually a tow cord bolt snap fail at the swivel. So it just popped right off. So you're going to be left with half of a bolt snap clipped to your crotch strap and a scooter going off into La La Land. Could be. Just saying. There's obviously things you can do to keep that from happening, but you just need to be careful. Another thing to be careful with is if cruise control is enabled and something happens and it's pulling you up too fast or down too fast. These are all things that can happen. So cruise control can be dangerous. There's no dead man switch, so to speak, for when you let go. It doesn't stop. It just keeps going. Kind of think of it like a jet ski. You know, jet skis have those clips that you can clip on. So if you fall off, they stop running, and they're not just going to idle away from you if you fell in the water. Obviously, a lot of people that ride jet skis don't think those are necessary and don't use them. And some of them have long, happy jet skiing careers, and some of them lose their jet skis. So just keep that in mind before you enable cruise control. With that being said, let me show you how to do it. All right, so to get started, you're going to need your tail, and you're going to need to remove these 4 screws. You need a T25 security bit for that, and once you get into there, you can plug in the USB cable to access the firmware. And just remember that you're also going to need power, so you got to bring your tube over with the batteries in it and connect that somehow. I've just got it set up on my stand so I can slide it over and plug it in without having to worry about things falling over and disrupting the process. Once you've got these 4 screws removed, you can very gently pull this plate up to show you the Vesque controller, which is what we're going to be plugging our USB cable into. The USB port is actually right here, and it's got a little rubber cover over it that you'll need to remove so you can plug in your cable. It's a micro USB port, so you need a micro USB cable. Once you've got it hooked up, it should look something like this. We're connected to power over here. We've got the USB cable hooked up, and now we can pull this up in the Vesque Tool to make our modification. And you can get that from vesque-project.com. I'll have a link in the description. Once you get here, you can just click on Vesque Tool right over here and scroll down. There is an app for Android and Apple, but you do need the desktop version of the app in order to make this modification. It will not work on your phone. So you can scroll down and you've got some different choices you can make. DiveX recommends that you support Vesque, and that's pretty cool. It's open source, so if you want to give them a little bit of support, awesome. I already bought the app on my phone, so I'm just going to get the free version of the Vesque Tool. So you can just add that to cart, finish up your $0 purchase, and download it, and you're good to go. Once you have it downloaded, you can extract the files, and then all you have to do is click on the application and run anyway. And there we go. Once you have the scooter connected and the Vesque Tool open, you should see your scooter over here under devices found, and you can click connect, and then you can move over here on the left side to Vesque Dev Tools. Once you're in that window, you're going to select QML on the top, and then you are going to come down here, and under Tools, right here, you're going to select Open QMLUI app. And then you're going to get all this code. So if you scroll all the way down to line 500, or at least that's where it is for me, you will see change to true to enable custom controls. Enable custom control, 5 clicks. Why is this false? Why is it not visible? I don't know. Let's change it. Once you've got that set as true, we can hit erase and upload down here in the bottom middle. Erasing OK, writing data, write OK. We are looking good. So to check and see if everything worked, I'm just going to come back out here to Welcome in Wizards. And we are going to move over here. This is basically just what you see on your phone anyway, but we can click on Settings. And wouldn't you know it, enable custom control is there now. So we can click on that. We can enable custom control. We can change the timeout from 1 minute to whatever we want, all the way up to 15 minutes. Seems like a bit much, and we're good to go. So now if I click the trigger 5 times, it's going to ask me if I want to go into cruise control, and then I can click the trigger 5 more times, and I will be in cruise control. And currently it's set for 1 minute, so I'll be in cruise control for 1 minute, and then after a minute, the speed will ramp down a little bit to let me know that it's about to disengage cruise control. If I don't reconfirm it, you click it another 5 times, and you're back in cruise control, good to go. So I think that, in my opinion, is a little bit safer way to go about cruise control. And if you think so too, then here you go. You can get cruise control without changing too much about your scooter. It's right there in the code. When you're buttoning your scooter back up, it's basically you just reverse the process, but spend a little extra time to make sure that when you're reattaching this plate that you're not damaging any of the cables. It should sit flush and it shouldn't wiggle or anything like that. Just be careful. I hope that was helpful to you. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, as always, I'd like to thank my patrons for making this possible. Thanks for diving with me today, and I'll see you in the water.